Hello, everybody. Russ Cowley, Executive Vice President here at Rain International. I'm very pleased and honored to be able to take some time today and share with you something that's been very anticipated for a long time. We've been working hard here at Rain International for the last several years as we've been able to continue to experience growth through the efforts of everybody. And one of the key areas is, again, bringing on new technology. This year, 2020, has been a transformative year. It was a term that we used early in January. Little known did we know that it was going to be a more transformative year than we anticipated. We have been able to experience some significant growth in this year for so many reasons. And as we continue to close this year out, we're going to bring to you some technology for you in how people enroll and how you look at your business through the back office and that process. Now, the timing of this will be predicated over a few final details that are coming together right now. So, in the next few weeks, we want you to pay attention. We want you to pay attention to the leadership, your leadership. We want you to pay attention to the Facebook pages and the communication that we have coming from the corporate offices. And at that point, we will notify you the day before, or a few days before, naturally, of the pending change and switch from one back office that we've had for the last 7-8 years. It's served very well, and now to a new back office. And when that day comes, you will notice, because you'll log in and it will look different. So I would like to share with you some steps on how you will log in to your new back office. So first of all, what you'll end up doing is you're going to be going to rainintl.com. When you find yourself here, you're going to see a new layout and a new look and a new feel that's going to match the branding that we have talked about. Here, of course, select your country and your language. This will be important. This is how it's going to know, of course, where you're at, what language you prefer, and, of course, those preferences that you would like to have established on your particular device. Once you get there and get that established, you're going to see, again, a beautiful website. Something that, again, our marketing team has done a fabulous job on going through and really articulating the story of Rain International. And having each one of you to, again, build confidence because of what we have here, but also being able to help those prospects and those individuals that you're talking to, the future customers, as they be able to come to this website and look over this and get a feel of, again, who we are, what we're about, and how we want to continue to share our vision of Rain International and seed-based nutrition with the globe. But coming back to how you log in, of course, a button right there at the top that will say log in. Now, we didn't bring any of the passwords over. We don't know that information. So here, you'll click on Forgot Password. Here, you'll be entering your email address. Now, it's super important, ladies and gentlemen, that your email addresses are correct. So if you do have an account and it is not your email address, change that now in the current back office. That's the data that will be pulled over. It's very important to ensure that the email addresses are unique for every account. Let me repeat that. Your email address must be unique on your account. Don't have the same email address on multiple accounts. All right, we'll run into some problems. So if I say it one more time, third time's the charm, make sure you have a unique email on your account. Do that now in your or our current system, okay? Once you do so, that will be pulled over. You'll enter in that email here. Click submit, and what that'll do is that's going to then send you your email and a link that's going to identify and allow you to log in. Now, if we go check that out, here's what this email will look like. You'll open it up, and by the time you get it, it may even look a little more pretty than this, but you'll click on the link that's provided. That link will then take you to a location where you'll update the password. So if we type in a new password here, making sure that it gets all green, that allows you or notifies you that it is a more secured password. Hit password reset, you'll see that it has changed successfully, and it will redirect you back to the login page. Once you click on this and you put that information in, your user ID number and that new password that you set up, and you click sign in, you are going to find yourself in the new back office. So why don't we go ahead and take a few minutes and just give you a high-level overview of what the back office as a distributor will look like and what you'll experience as you, again, get familiar and move your business forward with this new system. As you can see here, the look and feel is very modern, it's very up to date. It's all succinct to what the main website looks like and that branding as it's compared to the back office. Something, again, that we have been looking forward to offering you and your future RAIN partners is a seamless, beautiful website and back office that match and have consistency in that. Along the top, you'll, of course, see your information. You'll see even some projected earnings. This is a new feature that you'll see. Now, again, keep in mind, it's just projected, but we block it out so that, again, people that may be around you won't see. But you can identify that by clicking that little I at the top, and it will, of course, open that up. It also shows you some last accepted commissions that you've earned, but more importantly, gives you some RAIN information and the metrics and your next rank details down here below. Each one of these metrics and areas on your dashboard, of course, have these icons where you can view all ranks, view all metrics, view all your orders, view all your team members, and view all customers. So this dashboard will allow you to get into places in the back office that have the reports, but you'll also be able to identify those through this top navigation bar along the top. You'll be able to see as you work through how this is going to really allow you a better picture on what needs to happen next in your business and what activity you should focus on, ensuring that you have the qualifications completed in that given week to go and maintain your rank or hit that next rank that you're striving to reach, right? Now, as we get up here to the top, let's go through just some other high-level points today with this back office. I want each one of you to know that this system is very up-to-date technology-wise, and you, too, will be able to see there's a lot of innovative ideas and intuitive elements as well, where you'll just be able to pick up on those details. So again, here's your commissions reports for the earnings that you had in any week. This will be a drop down that will list all of the commissions history and those weeks that you've had. You'll also see up here in this drop down, up here to the right, other reports as well, rank advancements, and what this rank advancement report will look like. And this information will tell you the paths on what needs to get very detailed, similar to that though on the dashboard. In fact, if you click the dashboard on the view all ranks, this is where it will take you. And so you'll be able to see what needs to happen and confirming those check marks so that you can again obtain these ranks that you so desire to reach. Further reporting under here is of course the volume, something that I know each one of you look at on a very regular basis. This report here is the same, a little different view as you're experienced in the current back office that has all your volume reports that shows your left, your right, what's carried forward, and so forth. So this is a report that you'll be becoming very accustomed to. Of course, the commissions payout. This element here, ladies and gentlemen, let me pause for a moment and give a little extra clarity and information on this. For markets that have a direct deposit option, how we pay you, that's going to come in and you're going to set that up right here. Okay? You'll come in and you'll create the direct deposit information. If you are in a market that has a pay card option, here's one of the beautiful things of technology. In the past, you've had to go in and select that option for that to create an account with that particular organization or group. The ones we've used, Hyperwallet, Paylocian, or Payoneer. Those, for example, if you're in a country that has that, once you start earning commissions, it'll automatically send you an email notifying you that an account has been created, and that's where your commissions will go. There won't be an additional step required for you to do that. Go out, earn commissions, that will automatically be triggered, and you will then be able to receive those commissions through that pathway, which all of our brain partners have experienced in those countries that have a pay card option. Now, therefore, if you are in a country that does not, again, have a direct deposit, you simply won't see this commissions payout because there's no need for it. Again, it'll be automatically created for you. And then finally, the Rain Wallet Manager. This is, again, where you'll see here in your back office the current balance of your Rain Wallet. You'll be able to manage that balance by clicking here or setting up an automatic payment threshold. This element, though, is something that you will become very familiar with if you want to have a balance in a Rain wallet. Otherwise, what will happen is the system will capture it there, and then during the commissions, it will create a vendor bill, is what we'll call it, and then that will be sent out for commissions payout, which, again, I know many of you are very pleased and accustomed with. All right? Next column is the organization. The organization has a lot of different reports. Many of these you're familiar with in how they operate and look, as we've wanted to have some similarities of the formatting from the current back office to this new one. There's also some new reports in here as well. So I promise that you're going to have to learn and become accustomed. But I also promise that that change curve, that learning curve that you're going to go through with this, it'll be quick. I suspect that many will get it in just a few days, if not less. But if it takes you a week or a little while, that's all right. There's always going to be great upline support or customer service that can help you through these as well. So without going through each one of these individually, let me just highlight the fact that each one of these reports is going to be very intuitive. It's going to tell you by virtue of what the name of it is. So your personally sponsored team, those that you've personally sponsored and who they have sponsored. The sponsor tree rank advance report, this is something that, again, we're familiar with. And it will show you those people who are in their rank and what their highest rank's been, but also what the next rank is and what they need to do. There'll be a little module over on the left side that will be able to click on, and it will take you to what they need to do to hit to that next rank. Of course, you're my customers, a new report, upcoming rank advancements, very similar to this one that we just saw, but a little bit more detailed on the who and what the percentage of completion to that rank they've had. So just another way to see those people in your team and what they need to do to accomplish that very next rank. Downline ranks, downline orders, downline auto orders. Some pieces that have been missing in the past, but now they'll be there and they'll be active. Those new distributors, the recent activity of the particular team, and what has happened. This is pretty neat, something that we've never had before, but it will tell you exactly what has happened and who is doing that in your organization. Isn't that really neat? I think that's a fantastic element and addition to this back office system. Of course, your dual team tree viewer, okay, your placement tree. This is a completely different look than what you're accustomed to. And it allows for a little bit more ease in use for this. So again, you can go up, you can go down in your tree. You can work up in the levels. You can go back up to the top, and you're going to be able to find this. There's also identifiers in your particular tree of those that you've personally enrolled or what rank advancement they are. A really, really neat addition to our experiences as a Rain company and a Rain distributors on being able to navigate through the placement tree. You'll also notice that over here there's a make a placement. This one will come with a little bit more detailed training in the future. But each time you enroll somebody, they're going to automatically go to the holding tank or the holding room. They'll populate here. We'll show you. You can read through the details, instructions on how to place those people through this section, but we'll do some extra training on that in the near future here. But this is where you'll end up placing those individuals that you've personally sponsored into your team. So we'll take some time. We'll dig into that a little later. You'll see a placement tree report, some of the details that we're familiar with. Again, in fact, this one looks very similar to what you're accustomed to. And we wanted to try to enhance that as much as possible. Sponsor group volume, those that are really keen in to that group volume and that ranks for platinum and above. That's a critical element to move up into those ranks. And then, of course, the manager builder, one of those big elements that we talk about each and every week. What individuals in your team need to strive to hit the rank of manager, so it gives you a manager leg that helps you move up in rank. Well, here's that manager builder report as well. Now you'll see here, these have the modules on the side where you'll be able to go in and click on any one of these, and it will populate their information right here. It'll show you where they're at, the activity that they've been doing, the next rank, volumes, orders, auto orders. It's going to let you know what that person's been up to. Really quite fantastic, and again, a great addition to the technology that this back office system provides for you. All right, now events, auto orders, these other ones along the top, very intuitive, very straightforward, and these will be built out and enhanced now that there's a great platform for us to do that. In your auto orders, your subscriptions, your auto ships, here is where you'll manage and create those. There's also another way that I'll show you here momentarily. Your past orders will be all populated here. You can go in and search, and there's a few other categories that you'll be able to identify those orders based upon what the request has been, if it's been declined or canceled or so forth. They'll be listed out here as well. Your resources, this is the document library, something I know that we are looking forward to enhancing and building the resources out. This will be very much up to date to the extent that we're focusing on, ladies and gentlemen, we're focusing on product information. We're focusing on compliance documents that may be necessary, and we'll look as well into some additional pieces of training. But this isn't where all that will live. This is just going to be a resource for documents that you may need in your business. That's the resource library. The next is the shop. This is where you'll go and place an order for yourself. As you go through here, you're going to see that the look and feel is very different, very much pleasing to the eye, right? Well, as you look through this, you'll identify and you'll see. I'm going to show you this here in the next few minutes as we talk about enrollments of customers. But for you, very simple, very straightforward. You'll understand how to go through a checkout process to ensure that you're getting your products as you want. The Rain Gear is the website that will take you out to get other rain gear and rain options. It's limited based on countries right now, but you'll see that as well. And then, of course, your account. This lists out all of your account details, your account settings, your replicated site, your passwords, and things of that nature. Also, it tags into your social media as well. So make sure that you add your social media elements there as well to help, again, continue to define your brand in that you're building with Rain, and it will help people, again, draw to you. And then there's some other adjustments and other details here that we'll talk about a little later. Under this drop down, you'll see pictures, profile, payments, upgrade. For those that are looking to upgrade, the process will be here, and of course your sign out button as well. So as you look over this again, this new back office, it's again a very robust, very, very exciting to be able to bring this to you, but just as exciting for the distributor to be able to have a better picture for their business and how it moves forward. Let's talk a little bit about how a customer is going to operate within their back office, because again, remember, there are rewards for the customer. All right, now let's talk about the customer back office. One of the neat things that this system brings to us is some information that's going to be super helpful for the customer themselves. As you know, as distributors and customers, a distributor will go out, they'll build a business, they'll have an income, and they'll be able to really find a successful path for themselves. As customers, we've always wanted to be able to give them a greater sense of incentivizing them to go share as well. Now they're a customer. We don't compensate them. We don't pay them. We don't ask for tax ID information. We don't go through that. What we look for from a customer is to say thank you for sharing that with individuals. And by doing so, we're going to give them, of course, some product credits. Now, that particular program, we call it the 3 and Free program. And for a long time, we haven't been able to really have the data behind that for you or for the customer to really see that. Of course, those components are in the distributor back office, but as a customer, you're seeing here their dashboard. Very simple, stripped down, very much to the point. Of course, their account information, which is simplified, but underneath their menu, you're going to see this 3 and Free section. This here will break down how many customers they have and how many credits that they have to use towards products. And then that system will be applied during the checkout process when they make an order. And it will list all those details out here. So again, now we have a little bit more visibility for those customers on going out there and getting that incentive, getting rewarded for that as well. Of course, they'll have some similar things as well. Their order history and what orders they have made. Their auto orders as a preferred customer. They're going to have some consistent orders. Addresses, their credit cards, and of course, if they wanted to upgrade from that customer type to a distributor, they'll have that option here as well. But you'll see again, within this particular customer back office, it really is again simple because there isn't the dynamics and the nature of the network marketing model and the full compensation plan that generates all that report that our distributors, of course, want. This is again a simplified view for those customers to make their orders, to be able to manage those customers that they've referred. And by doing so, that, of course, will continue to feed the organization of the distributors and, again, being able to get those rewards. So a fantastic step in the right direction for our customers. Now, in the next section that we're going to talk about here, we're going to review how to enroll a customer and a preferred customer. Okay, so as a reminder, a preferred customer by definition with Rain International is an individual that is on a subscription or an auto order or an auto ship. Okay, they are someone that has said, yes, Rain, yes to my sponsor. I love these products. I want them each month. And by doing so, Rain is going to give me a better price. They're going to give me a little better of a price point on the orders that I make. A retail customer is an individual that just wants a one-time buy, and by doing so, they are able to receive that product, no problem. We're happy to sell it to them, but they won't receive the discounts that a commitment will offer, right? So those are the differences within that customer option. So let's come over here and show you how a customer will enroll. I'm just going to take a step back out to the top of the page. The real key here is to get people to go to your replicated sites, right? Customers will have replicated sites, distributors will have replicated sites, but by doing so, an individual will end up on a website that is unique to you by your URL, but it will look just like this, like Rain International's website. So that when they go into shop, okay, a customer, regardless if they're preferred or retailed, they're going to come to your site. You know, think about this. It's very simple, much more simple than it's been in the past. They're just going to come to your site. They're going to say, I want to shop. And they're going to be led down a path to select some products. What option or what products have you shared with them that they're going to want to use? Now, this is the difference from a preferred customer to a retail customer. It's about that rule or the definition. If they want to be a preferred customer, then they need to subscribe to a consistent order each month. They need to make that commitment. And by doing so, they'll go through here and any product that has subscribe marked, they'll just simply hit add to cart. So we're going to add to cart. Okay? The item has been added. If they want a core on that subscription as well, add core. They'll come up here. They'll go into their checkout system. They'll see here the prices, the total cost. You go through the view cart. and then the checkout process becomes very simple. They'll add the items to the checkout, and then here. This is where, because they're new, they need to register for an account. Very similar to many, many great e-commerce sites out there. They'll come in, they'll register for their account. Being that it's your site, you, of course, will be the sponsor. So we're going to put in here, again, another individual. What they'll do is they'll come in to here, they'll click on that register for account, and they'll come here, they'll complete this information. Putting in an email address of their choice. We're just going to put in just a simplified email right now. That one's unavailable. Let's add a email that works. Let's go ahead and put in a username for whatever they would like. Again, we'll just call this JoJo Jr. How about that? A password of their preference, whatever they prefer, that they can remember that. And of course, the confirmation of that password. Yes, we'd like to receive some promotional items, and then submit the registration. Here, they'll confirm their address and where they'd like for those products to be sent. You can, in some markets, have the verify address, and it will verify it to make sure it's a good address. That won't be the case in every market that we're in, but certainly a nice feature and a nice addition to this particular technology. Okay, information, and then ship to this address. So they're just establishing their account. Here, because they selected the subscription, because they selected to be on that auto ship and make that commitment, here is where they'll clearly identify when that's going to start. Now, today, it is going to show you 1 month later, right? It's not going to set up an auto ship today. They're already selected the order that's going to process today. That will account for an auto ship order or subscription order. And then again, next month, this is when that will start, October 25th. Put in the credit card information. They'll add the credit card here. We'll just put in just some basic information right now, just some very simplified testing information where it will allow us to complete this subscription. Pay with this card, and then it will take them over. Now, if you're in a market that has a COD or it has a bank deposit, those options will be listed as well, and they'll be able to select those options upon the checkout and upon the process here of completing their order, right? And then once you're done, it gives you a full review of the particular accounts, the items they want. Then, of course, placing that order will finalize that and get that shipped out for them. It will tell them here that their account's been made, that the order's been completed, and then they can, of course, click on their button here, putting in their account information they just barely established, and allows them to log in and review that information. Now, that is how a preferred customer becomes registered. A retail customer really is the same process. Again, the only difference is they are going to select on a retail, and they'll pay a little more, right? They're not making that commitment, and that's okay. They see value in the product. They'll add that to the cart. They'll go through the checkout process just the same as a preferred customer did by creating that account and going through the checkout. The only difference is they won't end up on a screen where it confirms their subscription days and that time frame. Otherwise, the whole process is the same. Super simple. We anticipate that, of course, preferred customers are what's going to come in. They get a little better price. But again, either pathway is going to give those individuals an opportunity to consume our wonderful products as being a customer with Rain International. Now, the next step that we're going to talk about is, of course, how to enroll a Rain partner. All right, let's talk now about how to enroll a Rain partner. This section, of course, is very important, as this is how you move your business forward and bringing in additional individuals to help build the story of Rain International and Seed Nutrition. So a couple of things right off the top that each and every one of you need to understand, and as mentioned previously, all of the enrollment processes and all of the ways that you go out and recruit and bring people in are going to be through your replicated site. That's the link, that's the URL that ties that back to you. So as you go and talk to individuals, make sure that you're giving them your URL And then this process that we're going to walk through now will be very streamlined, very simplistic for them to understand. Now, I know this is a test site because you can see here along the top, it's Rain International Demo. You can put whatever your name is. Imagine that's right there, all right? Now, when they come to your website, they land on it again. They're going to see all the beautiful look, the feel, and the messaging that is Rain International. But as you look at this and as people understand, there's, of course, the Join Us. Remember, the shop is about the customers. The Join Us is where they're going to come to become a Rain partner and a distributor with Rain International. Right here, these steps are very intuitive and the processes are very simple. Of course, just making sure, first and foremost, that they select their country that they are residing in. And once you click on this, you're going to see the confirmation that the sponsor should be you and the options for the kits. Now, not every country has the same enrollment kits. We try to make that as simple as possible and straightforward as possible. But of course, there's variances because of the products, currencies, availabilities, and so forth. But these enrollment kits will be as standard as possible so that, again, wherever you are, you can enroll somebody in another country, maybe on the other side of the globe, and you already know and can anticipate which enrollment kit that they have an option to purchase, or at least similar. One of the great enhancements of this new system is that it will give you an option to select flavors if, again, they're available in your country. So as you can see, I'm going to select this Elite kit here, and it will pop up a screen. Here, it will ask. Basically, you can get one of the pure probiotic and one of the proteins. Now here, when you select on this, you can choose whichever flavor they prefer, and then they simply click Add. On the chocolate form or vanilla form, you'll just, again, add that, and that completes their enrollment kit in addition to the other items that come standard in that kit. And then, of course, building that kit's the next step. So again, these options to have a flavor, when there is a flavor option, they're going to be able to pick which flavor they would like. What a great enhancement, and one of the small additions to this great system that we're going to be able to offer our Rain partners. Now here during the enrollment process, this is, of course, throwing in their information. So I'm just going to throw some items in here really quick. And we will populate some of these other items in here. Again, when the verify address is available, that's going to help confirm the shipping and the logistics. Again, same address if that's appropriate. Credit card information. You can see this process is somewhat similar to that of enrolling or registering a customer. So as they go through and they finish this process, they are going to be able to intuitively understand where to go. Now, when you get down to this email section, ladies and gentlemen, again, I can't stress enough that the email addresses need to be correct and unique for that individual. If the email address is already being used, then certainly it won't allow you to progress and move to the next steps. So here, again, I'm going to throw in another email, okay? And it will then clear off and certainly recognize that it is available. The web alias is your suffix to your URL, your website. This is important. So here you can throw in whatever you prefer that is going to then tie back to myrainlife.com / in this case, it'll be Rusty. Throw a password in there, something that is secure, something that you will remember, and then the tax ID. Now here's another important point. Every single country has some identifier for tax and income that you would make as a Rain partner. And therefore, we as a company are obligated to gather that information so that we can report that information back. So wherever you are asked, if you're a current Rain partner, you may be asked to verify that as we get into this new system. If you are a new Rain partner, they, of course, will put here their correct information. Now, again, the information here is formatted for what your country's format is. For example, here in the United States, it comprises of 9 digits. Okay, so it's a 9-digit number that would be thrown in here to make sure that again, that's uniquely identified to the individual who is registering. Same in other countries. It may be a 13 format or an 8-digit format, but your local country, it has been programmed as such. So if you throw in an extra digit or two here, it's not going to pick it up. And so you have to go back and say, okay, I know in my country, because you reside there, I know in my country here in the U.S., it's 9. So whatever that is for you in your country, once you select that, it will then allow you to take the next steps and move forward with the registration process. Here in the U.S., it may require the dashes. So then you select the birth date. Of course, we need to know the birth date. Why? Because, again, we have a policy that they need to be of age, which usually, again, is 18 years and above, to be able to have a business and an entity like this that they are creating. Down on the bottom is the acknowledgments for the policies and procedures, and you can see that that can be viewed by clicking the hyperlink that is the policies and procedures, and you can then go through and review those details here. Once you've reviewed the policies and procedures, click the check box and move towards submitting to the enrollment. On the screen, you'll review all the details that you've entered in. You can add some more items as well, should you prefer. Once you're all ready to go ahead and complete that enrollment, and boom, it is all set up, ready to rock and roll. Now again, it's very important to note that an email has been sent to complete the verification of your account and authorize login. Again, the emails are super important, ladies and gentlemen. So be sure that it's the right email. Once you complete this, you will need to go to your email and look for the verification. Right here is what it will pop up. You'll see a validate your account. And this will look a little more pretty when everything goes live, but this is the link that you'll then click on to validate that account. It'll bring you back to this screen, and on the screen, enter in the password that you set up during that enrollment process. This again will also be blacked out, but once you hit submit, it says your account is now active. Congratulations. Go ahead then and log into your account. It may very well ask you here to confirm the information and even agree. We have agreed before, certainly we'll agree again. Click submit, and you are now in your back office as a brand new RAIN partner. We're really, again, excited about this back office and this technology. We believe it will be something super straightforward for you to learn. Now you can see how fantastic this technology and this back office is. It really, again, brings us up to the modern day technology of an e-commerce business, allowing you a lot less hurdles to have to jump over to get someone on board. We know that's going to help you in your business and your sharing. The consistency of brand and the way that it looks throughout the websites right into the back office really, again, gives you a great deal of confidence in talking to individuals and going out there and letting them know how committed we are as a team to share Seed Nutritions with the entire globe. We know that there will be, again, some learning curve here and there, but we are so excited to bring this to you, and I am honored to be able to fulfill the commitment that we made at the first part of this year to bring you this new back office, to bring you this technology. I would be remiss if I did not tell each one of our Diamond leaders how thankful we are for their cooperation, their input, and their dedication. This whole year and every month, we have a call with our fantastic Diamond leaders. And so they've been able to see the process and the progression of this addition to their business. And so I do want to thank you all so very much for your patience in this process, understanding that there's a tremendous amount of data, there's a tremendous amount of technology that we are dealing with, and I'd really, again, appreciated what the new back office provider, what they've been able to do for us with our unique countries, with our unique offering, and how we've been able to create a beautiful partnership with them which again gives you a fantastic opportunity to really build Rain in a more significant way and a quicker way at that. So thank you so much for participating in this event, for watching this training. We know that you will indeed love what we have here. Be patient with yourself as you learn the little differences, but I know that it's going to move things forward much quickly. So, Russ Cowley, Executive Vice President, thanking each and every one of you, and we look forward to seeing you at the top of Rain International. Take care. Bye-bye.